on Nesty to sort of be able to pull off stuff as the game goes on. But we are heading into the Rift now. DCG versus Beyond Gaming. 4th game of the night. Let's hope that it continues to give us
happiness.
Happiness. That's the word. Thank you very much for that.
All right.
This is definitely going to be, I expect this to be a very back and forth game. Both of these teams have come off of very dominant game ones yesterday. Anything interesting in the runes?
Absolute focus for the Lulu and the Yuumi.
Ooh.
Lots of early game.
I feel like it makes a lot more sense on the Yuumi than it does on the Lulu.
Minions have spawned.
Okay. Well, will anything happen level 1? I'm guessing not. There are strong level 1 champs like the Talia and the Sylas, but neither team really feels like they have an overwhelming advantage here. Talia just kind of defending this Raptor ward from the Sylas. It's very common that when you're in a matchup where you don't get pushed, that you try and ward Raptors at level 1. So Talia making sure that doesn't happen. It's good for her. Both bot lanes starting in lane. Now this is interesting. Vi is actually potentially pathing topside, or maybe doing 3 camps into some kind of red invade. But so far we've seen pretty much all day the jungler's starting topside and pathing down, so...
Yeah, well, this is already very aggressive trading, level 1. BYG dropping the Ignite onto Orca. Not much is going to come out of it, though. Christgata has soaked up a lot of damage during that first wave, just from the Sivir Ricochet little pizzas. So he's a bit lower than he'd like, especially since he started the cull, so he only has 1 pot available.
Okay. Yeah, this... I feel like...
They're soaking up so much free damage.
Yeah, if Vi ends up pathing away, this could be a little... Like, I can kind of see if DCG want to just, like, trade a bunch of HP and try set up something for Wukong. Actually hit level 2 first. Can they get a little bit of damage? Just a tab.
Christgata taking advantage of that level 2 spike to fight back a little bit, but most of the damage does go into the Yuumi.
Okay, so Vi is committing to going topside. Hana is going to be on bot side here and can maybe look for something. I feel like it's pretty hard to dive Sivir Yuumi, but if more HP is traded, then it could be possible. They also have Talia, who can't easily come down, but if it was worth it, probably could.
I'll be stacking up a wave for now.
Yeah, Kongyu's going to be in the area, but I don't think much is going to happen here. Maybe wanted to path topside just to protect against this level 3 dive, but I don't think it's going to happen. Christgata actually taking a lot of damage on the strong side, which feels pretty bad. Having your bot lane base first on your strong side does feel a little strange.
The timing is bad too.
Yeah, the Scuttle Crab looks like it's probably going to be lost here. I think, honestly, it seems like Feng and Kino just played the matchup a fair amount better.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that does come down to the potentially greedy cull start from Christgata. Maybe expecting that the lane is going to be quite passive, but BYG trading very offensively early on. And yeah, that's a whole like two waves missed.
Yeah, Christgata's very far behind, and that Scuttle Crab didn't get taken by Wukong. It does feel very, very strange. Sivir picks up the cull as well.
Ooh, -1.
Yeah, Hana is going to get the top side crab. And I think Kongyu will be able to enter the river and take the bot side crab here.
Definitely expect to see Kongyu with the Yuumi on him. Try and look for something around the mid lane. Hana's thinking the same thing, so he's lurking. Both junglers in the bushes.
Yuumi is here though.
Oh, 116.
Okay, he flashes forward. I think Sylas might actually go down here. Does get shields from the Yuumi. Can they just engage here? Hana is forced to flash. Nesty pops goes. Wow, so flash is traded. No one ends up going down.
Yeah, Nesty actually managed to save his, only popping the ghost. So not too bad on his end. 1116 is definitely going to suffer from not having the flash available though to close the gap on the Talia.
Yeah, I think Sylas losing flash and not getting Talia's that's a big deal. Nesty is probably going to be feeling pretty safe around mid right now.
Yeah, if 1116 ever tries to trade in on Nesty, he can just drop down those little rocks and make it that much difficult to really get any sort of damage done.
Dragon is spawning. I don't think anyone's going to look towards it right now, though. Nesty will be back on the map soon, but 1116 is already here and does not need a base. So 116 maybe has a window to get some wards. I feel like you can't fully commit to a roam, but just getting a little bit of vision down could be good.
He's walking down, probably going to pop the scrying plant as well. Oh, cancels his order. Oh no! but doesn't split out too much. Walking back to lane now. Nesty likely going to secure prio on this wave? Question mark?
I feel like even if you get pried in this wave, there's not a whole lot you can do with it right now until Wukong's ready to pressure. But maybe he is right now, so yeah, Nesty going to start pushing for this.
Oh, does get
ward.
spotted.
Yeah, it does spot him out.
Good ward in the lane to
Hongyu is
spot that
around
cross.
mid. Is actually looking at Nesty. Hongyu has flash, but I don't think it would secure a kill. I think it would just be a flash trade, if anything, which could be good. You can come back at level 6 with Vial. They're forcing this pretty hard.
Oh, does find the chains.
It does connect. Oh, the flash does not come through. I actually think... I'm not sure. I feel like if you're Hongyu, you should probably commit to that and just trade flashes and then come back at 6, but maybe scared of the Taliyah shove under the tower.
Yeah, once again,
yeah,
Deepcore's really just not caring at all about the ricochet Sivir autos and taking a lot of damage. I'm not sure why they're just ignoring that. It definitely does feel like it doesn't do that much by itself. But once you get hit by like 8 of them, it really starts to hurt.
Dragon's still kind of being looked at but not started. Hongyu is in the area for bot. These guys are pretty low. Zeri's just dashed in. Oh, really nice flash out of Cascada. Orca does still have sums dealing damage on the way out. That was a really nice flash out of Cascada.
I think it was a good job by Fing as well. You know, even though he was low, he played that fight really well to try and bait Quaescada and Orca a bit closer, knowing that Hongyu is on his way and Kino does have the heal still up and ready to use. Oh,
Hana in
Hana.
the wings here. It actually goes on to Feng. The flash comes out.
Lots of sums traded. But again, not much going to come out of that.
Oh, I think DCG might actually be able to get something here. Oh, the health bars are so low.
Oh, Hongyu really playing with fire there, but knowing his limits. He is dinged 6 as well now. DCG is going to have to go on the run.
I don't think he wants to go in on this.
Oof. Very close, but just barely out of range.
I'm actually surprised no mid laner got down there because Silas could take the Taliyah ult, and Nesty obviously, could come down.
It was a very extended fight. Maybe Nesty wanting to focus more on the top side and saving his stuff so that they can execute on that. Hanami does have a wave stacked up for now.
Still a really big lead for Feng. On 69 CS versus just only 46.
It is huge, right? Especially, you know, on 2 scaling 80 carries, that 20 CS lead is going to count for a lot leading into the mid game.
Yeah. Small CS lead for mid as well. I think that is kind of just the TP versus no TP thing though. At some point, if you're running no TP, you're kind of just going to lose waves. But having the Ghost is really, really good for team fighting, obviously, especially against like a melee heavy comp. With the Stars Divine and the Mega Gnar. Stars once again opting for the Rod of Ages is kind of the mythic of choice right now. Taliyah also could build Roa, but I feel like Leandry's this game is probably a bit better. Hanami actually pulling this Rift Herald.
I wonder if he's actually planning on taking it. I think it's just...
they're actually going to do it.
It is on a ward. So they know
back away maybe.
Ana maybe coming back to take it as well, or maybe they're just looking to pressure top lane.
Yeah, they did lose top priority for it.
Well, Lee Kai...
That's going to trade onto him. If Lee Kai commits, then I think they can
Hana's
maybe
ready.
kill him.
He's got the Cyclone.
They're in the area, but they don't have stun. Looks like Hana's going to go back to the Herald, or maybe even back to mid. So I think Hana is starting up the Herald. Can BYG trade anything? It might just be the Ocean Drag here.
Hana going to be looking to take the Rift Herald. And this is, honestly, it goes along with DCG's game plan, right? Because they want to pop the Rift Herald top, pull up Nesty as well to try and force Lee Kai off that tower. We'll have to see what BYG can do in response on the bot side of the map. Fing and Kino do have push, and definitely are stronger than, you know, their bot lane counterparts.
Yeah, so objectives are traded. Herald for Drag. It's always an interesting trade because the Herald is definitely better in the short term. But you'd have to think that if you can stack your drags up to 3 or 4, you know, at that point it's definitely more valuable. Now there could be a 4-man opportunity coming down here. Except pretty much everyone is coming down to this, and both top laners have no TP, so it is just a 4v4. Lars is in the area, and Nesty is behind. Okay, looks like everyone's just going to back off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised to have seen no big runs from the mid laners yet. No kills going down as we hit the 10-minute mark into the game. Ana is hovering around bot with the Rift Herald, so that's actually quite surprising. I would have thought he would try and get some more onto Hanabi on the Renekton, but seems to be focusing his efforts more on bot side for now.
The bot lane really suffering in terms of CS. Would be nice to get some Herald Gold onto them.
Definitely. I'm so surprised that this bot lane, this top lane rather, has been so stable. I guess both of them opting for Ninja Tabis as their first proper items, so a lot less damage going around overall.
Yep. I think the junglers are also just permanently bot side pretty much, so very rarely is there any ganks towards top side.
I feel like that, that sort of does lead to the idea that BYG are sort of ahead in this game state, because as we talked about in draft, it does feel like DCG's game plan should be to play with the Renekton, bring the Talia up, but they haven't really had a chance to do that yet. And BYG, their bot lane has actually turned out ahead as well, so it's hard to understand where exactly DCG are planning on winning on the map.
BYG, I think they're going to get forced out here. They actually might get collapsed on. Okay, they're going to go for Chris Carter instead. The Silas E connects, and they have the Lulu ult as well, but Nesty is here. Lots of CC coming through, and I think on the backside, 116 is going to go down. Zeri picks up the first blood. That's really, really big.
Wow, yeah, BYG just getting a little bit too deep, and a lot of members of Deep Cross are ready to sort of catch them out. Hana is still around, same with Kongyu. See if anything happens there. I don't know if they actually know if Kongyu's in the bush. It was actually pinged out, so they do know. Going to be walking upriver instead. Hana still does have the Rift Hilt available, looking like he is going to drop it in mid.
So let's see the replay.
But Kongyu spotted out on the ward. Both Kongyu and 1116 looking on Cryscata, who does drop pretty low, but does get the Lulu ult and a lot of shielding. 1116 flashes out, but gets chased down by the Zeri. It's hard for him to outrun that. And ultimately, first blood going over pretty easily to Cryscata.
The gold is pretty much perfectly even still, but the first blood go golden in the Zeri is very, very important. She was pretty far behind in her bot lane matchup, and that's definitely going to feel a lot better now.
Yeah, for sure. It evens it out quite a lot. Fing, however, has just hit his Kraken Slayer, so still a bit of a power advantage for him. And going into this next Dragonfire in 2 minutes, hopefully Cryscata will be able to pick up his Mythic as well.
Rod of Ages. Gonna start stacking. Dragon's in a minute 40. And like you said, there are a lot of items starting to get completed. I think both teams will want to angle for this fight. Maybe finally the top lane is involved.
Yeah, it's hard to... I don't think either team is really that far ahead right now. I think that I'd actually favor Deep Cross in the event of Dragon Skirmish, just because they have Nesty available sort of with the area control, as well as Hana with the Cyclone as well, sort of to dissuade the engage that BYG want to go for.
Now Hana's in the area. Sivir does have sums. Dragon spawning in 50 seconds. I think this might just end up another 4v4, honestly, with both the top laners still on their island. Okay, so Cryscata actually trying to get aggressive onto Feng, but it still has sums. Hana's nearby. I feel like nothing's really going to happen, though.
Yeah, good job from Feng reacting fast enough to spell shield that so he doesn't get slowed. Dragon is gradually nearing its spawn time.
BYG has good control. They got 2 pinks, 3 pinks actually in the river. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, taking a look at the turret plays, it does look like it's pretty even. Pretty even, which is actually quite surprising because Deep Cross did pick up the Rift Hill, but wait, Cryscata's going in.
Ooh, Yuumi ult comes out. I think Yuumi can kind of sustain Feng back up, and not having Zeri ult for this Dragon, I think it matters more than the Yuumi ult. Although the Sivir ult was used too. I still think I favor BYG in this fight now though. Cryscata's such a big part of this team. Without his ult, going to be a lot less impactful. They're looking to contest though. Both top laners have been brought down. BYG have controlled the mid wave.
Yeah, definitely do agree. I don't see how Cryscata's meant to play this fight out without his ultimate. BYG, of course, they don't have the Sivir ultimate, but they have enough tools to be able to find the engage if they want it.
Ooh, nice wall coming out of Nesty.
That's a really good wall.
Actually might just secure them. Nice movement out of Feng. Oh, Feng is forced to flash. Hanabi in the back line is taking quite a lot of damage, does end up going down. Now, DCG, can they disengage from this? I'm not sure they can. The Silas E connects onto Hana. Kongyu also has a flank as well. The knife flash doesn't quite connect. Flash is traded out. Lots of flashes being used, actually. Is there anything more? The big Talia shove. Sivir is dealing a ton of damage here. Feng just padding those stats.
Wow, and ultimately, there's just going to be 1 kill. Hanabi going down. not too much else.
He does die, but DCG are the ones that picked up the dragon.
Yeah.
A really nice ult out of Nest here as well.
Yeah, it really just gave them enough space that they needed. Very well timed as well, so that they could actually finish off the dragon before BYG can do much to stop it. And overall, I would say it's definitely a win for Deep Cross. Let's take a look back. Nesty on the side separates BYG. Feng is left in the corner, has to stay there. And 1116 also on his own. Hanabi doing his best to sort of, I think he's mainly just sort of zoning for the dragon. It's hard for DCG to sort of follow up in that situation. 1116 trying to get something on the backside, does get the chains on Hana, but the second use of Cyclone as well as Lulu's ult is going to help him get away. A lot of summoners burned overall in this fight though.
Yeah. Everyone getting very low. Thumbs burn. Herald is up. I think this could be DCG's if they want to take it. Crown is actually completed for Nesty. So not going to be the Ludens or the Leandri. I feel like if you're going Crown, you might as well go Rod of Ages these days. I think it's just a better item.
Yeah, Crown... I mean, as the sort of solo AP, I feel like you'd want something that packs a bit more of a punch than that.
Yeah.
Gold difference, but that really has been swinging back and forth. There have been moments where Deep Cross have sort of been able to find stuff, especially that first blood. But BYG still in the lead by around about 1k gold. Wannabe. Still not much happening in this top lane, and we sort of reached that state in the game where both ADCs are kind of just trading mid waves, and the rest of the team is playing around the river. 1116 is getting pushed first on this top wave though. SD is here to respond.
Hana is in the area. The Herald actually hasn't been started. I think as soon as Kongyu shows bot, Herald will be started up. Hanabi, I think he's actually going to end up going down here. He does have flash and the ult, but I think there's just going to be too much CC.
Oh, he's actually still quite healthy, but wait, no,
yeah,
never
ends up
mind.
going down. There, at least it will be a Herald trade, but I think I like this for BYG. They're going to get the bot tower as well as the kill onto the Renekton.
Yeah, BYG definitely going to be happy about that one. The Rift Herald is going to take a while to kill and even longer to actually be able to use effectively, whereas BYG have picked up a very easy first turret for themselves.
You know, 116, will he look for anything top? I feel like you probably won't. Vi's on bot side right now. Probably just need to try not to die, just keep farming up. They already got a lot on the bot side here. BYG slowly starting to take the lead in terms of gold.
Yeah, definitely. Liko
actually spotted out on a ward here. Kongyu, he does have flash. I think he's going to be forced to burn it. Maybe just, okay, never mind. Just walks it out.
Yeah, a bit wary of potentially some other people hiding in the bushes, so doesn't want to go too much further than that. Also opts to save, save the dash.
I think it's a big deal that Vi managed to save her flash there. I think Kongyu having the flash for this team fight in a minute when the dragon spawns is going to be just really, really important. Okay, so Herald is getting put down. They are going to get this mid-tier 1.
Yep, should break.
Definitely opens up the map a little bit, and I think it makes controlling the dragon area quite a lot easier.
Yeah, a bit more breathing room for Deep Cross, as well as reducing that gold lead ever so slightly. I am a bit worried about Hanabi's Renekton though. It seems like it hasn't had too much impact so far. It hasn't really been able to do much in these team fights.
Hana, actually, I think he's going to go down. Pretty much everything was used on him there. That's a really good pick for BYG. They take out the jungler. A lot of ults were used though. Hana will actually be up in time for Dragon. I think they might still want to try contest this. But it's going to be a lot of control going over to BYG.
Oh, BYG's missing out on this bot wave as well. Side wave management. I mean, you've got Nesty on the top side.
Yeah, he can still come down with ult. Dragon's not up for another 15 seconds. Hana just now respawning. There's no Vial. Actually, there's a lot of ults missing. All they have is the Nara ult currently. I think if you're DCG, you could actually take a fight here and it might not be too bad.
Yeah. Interesting, though. DCG are actually going for the Scuttle Crab, and in doing so, they've given up a lot of river control, and BYG have started this one up. Seems like DCG is just going to give it. They're not confident.
They probably just decided they want to try scale a bit more. Maybe play towards the side that they have a bit more control of.
Yeah, they do have that one dragon safety net already, so not too worried yet. But the next dragon definitely be a little bit more important.
Nesty should be able to shove this all the way in. Does have people in the area soon. They have really good topside river control.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's, that's a pretty decent trade, actually. Vision control in a situation like this where, mid-prio is going to be actively contested. It's good to have that sort of head start and sort of add that extra safety in pushing in those mid-waves. Picking up a second item now, Phantom Dancer. And a cloak for his troubles, but in terms of actual ADC itemization, still pretty even on both sides.
Yeah, I think the Sivir probably can deal a little bit more poke damage before the fight starts, but I think once the fight starts, it is going to be very similar. 4 minutes on the next dragon. I don't think much is going to happen before then. It's very hard for either team to really force anything.
Yeah, they do have engaged tools, but it's really difficult to find a situation where they're actually going to be used. Hana and Kongyu. Kongyu does have a kitten, so that's something, I guess.
Wish that were me. Wave does just get deleted here. I think this is kind of just a thing that happens when you have like range supports. Is oftentimes it just ends up kind of just like in a standoff where the only time anything ever really happens is around the drag. It's a lot less chaos from something like a Nautilus or Leona. Hold that thought though.
4 people.
There could be a fight here. Okay, so Hana flashes in, he gets a knockup, but there's just no follow-up for everyone else can just disengage. It's really just the issue when you only have one engage source on your comp, because you trade it out for, a couple sums, and everything just kind of returns to normal.
Yeah, Hana using flash, Kongyu flashing as well. Feng using the ghost too, but that is a fairly short cooldown, and we'll be up again by the time the next dragon spawns. So, really no harm, no foul. Hana trying his best to look for something though.
Oh, running into a little bit of a technical issue, it would seem. You can see half the screen.
Yeah, just close your left eye, it's pretty much the same thing.
It's the half that's important.
Oh, I'm blind now.
Okay,
oh, and we're back. I just blinked. All good. Sometimes...
Yeah, there's something in my eye there. It's all good.
You got it out. Likai still continuing to pressure the spot lane. Once again, I'm interested to see when Hanabi is going to have more of an impact on this game, because he was definitely the star in Deep Cross's last game. And DCG looking again, but Sivir just going to walk it off. Wow, this is riveting stuff.
Surely as it's popped and we go crazy.
Yeah, both teams really just taking turns walking at each other, I guess. DCG more eager to look for a fight than BYG at the moment. Seems like BYG are perfectly content to let their Sivir scale at a slightly faster rate than the Zeri. It does feel like in team fights, I feel like Feng will have a lot easier of a time dishing out damage than Cascada will.
Yeah, I think that's maybe true. It's definitely, I don't know, I think it kind of depends how the fight goes, like which tools he uses at the start. Now we got Dragon spawning in a minute 30. That's going to be the most action we'll see for a while, I think.
1116 lurking in the bush for now.
I actually like this. Playing behind him in the side lane means if anyone shows up, he will be here. Cascada's actually pathing bot, so this could end up being a 2v2. This is a little bit risky with Kongyu on the other side of the map.
I like this though, because they've got double TP, so they're actually able to pressure this Baron and sort of hope that DCG start to pull a few resources towards there. It feels like they're not though.
BYG, they might be in a bit of trouble if this starts. There's a lot of members really far away from this. It is a 2v2 though, and Hanabi takes a lot of damage. Cascada crucially uses the Zeri ult, I believe. Yeah, the Zeri ult is used 45 seconds from the Dragon, so I'm not sure if DCG, I think this is the second Dragon fight where Zeri just won't have ult for it.
Yeah, that's really big for BYG. I like that play, having 1116 Shadow Likai in case something does happen, because he is pretty much the only threat that DCG are worried about in terms of lane state.
Okay, DCG, they might just try and look for Baron here. Instead of fighting this Dragon, they're kind of hovering towards the top side. If they can get this mid wave, it's really up to them what they want to do with it. Okay, we're maybe looking for an engage. The Sivir ult is popped and Hana actually goes in, but he doesn't have flash. He takes a lot of damage on the way out, but nothing ends up happening as a result.
Yeah, Yuumi final chapter not finding all too much, but it does mean that BYG are going to be able to take this outer turret. And that is going to open up the map a bit more for them. 2k gold ahead, and the Dragon is now alive. And it seems like DCG once again are giving this one over. They just don't have the control. Invested quite a lot in the top side in the last minute, so Pretty unfortunate for them, and that does mean they are kind of in the danger zone now when this next dragon comes up in another 5 minutes.
Yeah, the dragon does go down. Next dragon will be the soul for BYG if they get it. And they're also going to be very strong by that point. Sivir will have the IE. And it looks like Silas will complete the Shadow Flame by then too.
I am a little bit miffed about the itemization here from BYG. They've got 2 Kimpunk Chainswords on Lee Kai and Kongyu respectively. It feels like you probably shouldn't need both.
I think also Putrefier is kind of the best healing card item, I feel like.
Yeah, because that's a lot of stats, or a lot of gold rather, wasted on getting that Grievous Wounds. Although, I mean, I guess you could argue that the stats are good as well, but there have to be better items you can purchase if you're not interested in the healing reduction.
Kongyu Q is used. They have
Ooh.
people nearby. I don't... Yeah, he
TTR
didn't
watching.
sweep the ward.
Kongyu might...
The sweeper's out. He actually could be in trouble here, walking in very aggressively. He does have the flash. He gets polyed.
Hana doesn't... He didn't quite have the Cyclone up yet, so he wasn't able to go in on that. And Australia's is going to be popped for pretty much nothing. Kongyu very lucky there on the timing.
Okay. Now I feel like not a whole lot going to happen here for a while. These comps just kind of... They just keep wave clearing. They keep scaling. 3 minutes 40 on the next dragon, and I think that's where you really look for the kind of next big fight. Unless there has been a lot of attempts at making picks. You know, there's been a lot of Shirelias popped, but it just never really turns into anything. Okay, but here we go. We got the Vial onto Cascada. Cascada flashes, but I think he is going to go down. There's a lot of damage coming out from Feng. 1116.
Double TP.
Ooh, okay. I think you can maybe force Baron off this. You do get Cascada, and the only damage left is really from Nesty.
Because about to hit Mega as well. But that is a huge pick for BYG. Finally able to catch someone out of position. Cascada just a little bit too far ahead in the lane. They are going to start with the Baron. Nesty is around though. He does have the Weaver's Wall available. Hana looking for a flank as well. 5k health
Okay,
on
they
the
actually
Baron.
turn. The flash goes in, but it doesn't really help them much.
BYG.
Hana has potentially the ability to get in and steal this. Okay, he gets the Cyclone. A lot of people knocked up here. Actually, huge damage coming out, and Hana manages to steal it as well. I think DCG they just managed to 4v5 this fight.
That is crazy. Hana finds a huge angle. BYG not really ready for the angle of the Tribush, which is, you know, usually pretty common for someone like a Wukong, especially when he's looking for a smite steal. And, you know, cherry on top, they do secure the Baron as well. So huge turnaround for DCG, despite being the ones getting picked. Huge props to Hana for, you know, bringing that one back.
Yeah, I feel like BYG, they kind of played it too slow, honestly. They let Wukong get that flank. I think if they just committed to doing the Baron quicker, that DCG wouldn't have had time to really set up those flanks, but they do, and ultimately, it's too bad we didn't see the damage from that fight, because I think Talia would have put down a huge amount of damage there, just with them all kind of stuck in the pit.
Yeah.
Dragon in 2 minutes, I think. Okay, let's see a replay here. So they kind of go for this soft turn, but it doesn't really work.
And Hana, of course, waiting in the wings, not on any vision. And when you're in a situation like this for BYG, you can't really afford to, you know, leave those corners unchecked, because you're leaving it down to a coin flip on the Baron, which is not what you want when you're the one starting it, right? It's not what you want when you're the one who found the pick.
Okay, we have another fight coming in right now. There's a lot of sums still up, so I'm not sure anything will really come of this. Just a lot of damage being traded. Hanabi maybe can go aggressive. The Weaver's Wall does come out. Feng is stuck, forced to flash. Kongyu manages to Q out as well. A lot of sums burned from both sides here.
Yeah, another really well-placed Weaver's Wall from Nesty, forcing the flash from Feng.
Okay, maybe can chase a little bit of damage on the Hanabi. Dragons in a minute. I'm curious to see, will BYG try and contest this? I think your Baron will still be on for at least a little bit. I think BYG, they probably will try contest, but Feng does not have flash against this Wukong. It's going to be very scary.
Yeah, I mean, it just becomes so difficult for him to fight. You're going to have Hanabi and Hana trying to find an angle onto him. And, you know, Feng, he probably is the main damage dealer for BYG right now. He's picked up the Infinity Edge as well. Hit his 3-item spike as an AD carry. It's where you want to be. On the other side, Cascada also has his IE available. And the gold difference has slipped away from BYG.
Okay, grouping on the mid-wave here. Definitely looking for the contest. Actually can maybe push up and take more control, but it is going to still be difficult to face check into this Wukong, especially when you're playing this no-flash Sivir right now. Good poke comes out from 1116.
Likai very close to Mega. He doesn't want to pop it too early though, so I think he should avoid hitting these minions and avoiding any poke so they can hold his meter at the right place.
Well, Sivir just annihilates Baron Wave. It's kind of unfair. Hey, BYG, because they get the mid wave so early, might be able to regain some control. Lakai's actually going to hit Mega here. The Dragon is up. I think if you're BYG, kind of do want something to happen here, but maybe they can't. They're kind of moving away. It's really important if they can find Hana before this fight starts. Kongyu actually queues in.
Well, look at the sideways. BYG are in trouble. The top wave has already crashed, and the bot wave is very close. 1116 going to have to answer that, and DCG are taking this initiative and starting the Dragon. It's down to 5k already. Kongyu looking for a potential steal.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going for a BYG. A bit of indecision. Feng gets engaged on and does not have flash. It takes a lot of damage. Zeri, I think, actually might just be able to clean him up.
Stopwatch.
There's so much damage going through here, and I think DCG are just going to clean this up. There's no damage left, and the carries are still full HP.
Likai running away isn't quite going to... Oh, Hanabi's trying to catch him, but he's definitely long gone. But DCG, another successful fight for them. Going to pick up that Dragon and deny the Dragon Soul for another 5 minutes. And yeah, we really saw Feng's lack of flash come to fruition in that fight. There's a very real world where if he does have flash available, he can dish out way more damage, but ultimately he gets picked off and burns the stopwatch too. It's not a good look for them.
Yeah, so we will have flash for this next fight. Let's see a replay here. Really nice engage from Hana onto Feng.
Yeah, Feng, he's trying to kite down, but Cascada, everyone is just around him. He pops the stopwatch, but ultimately no one on his team is able to back it up. And at this point, BYG are just scattering just like wild animals. Nesty's hyped.
Yeah, he did play that fight pretty well, I think. Also had a really good position. Nesty is going for the Shadow Flame. I think that is a mistake, but that's fine. He's winning. We'll allow it.
We will allow it this time. Next Baron coming up in 1 minute 30. Feng still evaporating these mid waves, but once again, it does feel like Deep Cross is still in the driver's seat. Gold lead has increased to 2k, and I think really important to note is that Cascada does have both summons available as well as a stopwatch and a Lulu, so it's hard to see a fight where he actually does end up dying. He needs to make sure he saves everything before this Baron comes up, because we've had in the past him popping out a bit too early and not having that for the actual fight. BYG going to look to try and spend as much as possible.
Yeah, I think you might see one more fight here. Feng does not have flash yet, and we've got a lot of people grouped on the mid wave. Hana also has a really wide flank here. Can they actually look for something?
Wow,
Hana's about to hit Mega. I feel like this could end up being a fight.
Looking.
Yeah, they're looking to chase.
Ooh, not
Can't
quite.
get it.
Clear Stones are going to dissuade that engage, but BYG now do have control of the lane. ECG might look to try and get the wave behind them, but Likai is doing a good job of preventing them from accessing the minions.
Feng has flash very shortly. Can they punish
Weaver's
while
Wall.
it's still down? The Weaver's Wall comes down. Feng is actually
has
stuck.
flash.
He gets flashed on by the Renekton. I think he is going to go down here. Really nice shove coming out from the Talia. Lots of damage going through. And Zeri, I think they actually might just clean up this fight and maybe clean up the game.
Just in an instant, BYG completely annihilated. Huge Weaver's Wall from Nesty. Cascada getting down Likai at a very low HP and having some trouble hitting those Qs, but ultimately that is a clean ace for the side of DCG, and wow, that Weaver's Wall was incredible.
Yeah, also really, really nice punish of the Sivir Flash. Is almost back up, but wasn't quite. And then, yeah, just the Weaver's Wall coming out and the flash from Renekton. Also, insane damage put out by Cascada in that fight.
7.5k, that is crazy. DCG taking down the Nexus turrets, taking down the Nexus. It is going to be them also heading to a 2-0 record in the first week of the PCS. Huge game from them, and it really was back and forth in the end, but DCG, coming out on top.
Yeah, crazy game. I think Nesty played really, really well in Talia. I think a lot of the time, Talia wall is something that is almost forgotten of the champ. I feel like you can be pretty impactful with Talia just with your Q, W, and E, but what makes the difference between a good Talia and a great Talia is that ulti usage, and Nesty just had back-to-back great ults.
Yeah, we didn't see much usage of it in the early to mid game, and not as much roaming as I think we initially expected, but it really came through in those late game team fights just by, one press of the R, just completely shuts down BYG.
Yeah, really impressive play from Nesty. I think,